Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Yukta. Good evening, Rohit.
Good evening, sir.
So let's continue with the class. In the last class,
Sir, we had physics, no?
yeah, today we have physics. I think in the last class we did bio.
Sir, last class was physics, no, on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, so Tuesday was physics. So then today we'll have bio. We'll continue with plant tissues.
Sir, it's
And
chemistry, no?
yeah,
Sir, today is chemistry, right?
chemistry. Let me check it.
Saturdays are bios, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Saturday we have bio. So let's continue with chemistry. All right. So just continue with chemistry. So we were doing the chapter atoms and molecules. All right. So in the chapter atoms and molecules, we had done.
Sir,
Yes.
can you clarify a doubt in is matter around as pure for me in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure. You can share your doubts.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's just the difference between saturated and unsaturated.
You want
Could you tell me?
saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated, right?
Yes, sir. Can you tell me in the last 10 minutes, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. We were doing about the elements, atoms, and today we'll do more about the ions.
Yes, sir.
Formation of the ions. We had also done about the atomic masses. All right. Let's see. Sharing the screen. हम्म, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। रात ठंडा लगता कर भी So this was atoms and molecules. So we had done here laws of chemical combinations. In the last class, we did about the atomic masses and the atomic symbols. Today we'll see how to find out the masses of a molecule. We had seen what is a molecule and what is a compound. We'll see how to find out the mass of the molecule, okay, which we also call as a molecular mass. We'll also see what is an ion, okay, and how the ions are formed. Writing the chemical formula. All right. So this topic is very important in the sense so here we have atoms and molecules. So what are the atoms and molecules? See? we had seen in the last class ions. We had defined ions to be ions. These are charged or uncharged species. So what are ions? Ions are charged species. Charged species or atoms or groups of atoms which are charged. You can say. You can say ions are these are atoms and atoms or groups of atoms which are charged. Okay. So the atoms or groups of atoms which are charged, they are called as ions. For example, a sodium atom is written like Na, a calcium atom is written as Ca, magnesium atom is written as Mg. But if you observe their configuration, so sodium atom can readily lose one electron and form sodium ion. So what does sodium atom do? It loses one electron and forms Na plus. So it forms Na plus after losing out one electron. So you can say that the reaction can be written like this: Na giving out Na plus and one electron. If you look up at the total charge on the left hand side and the right hand side, the total charge on the left hand side and the right hand side is the same. Okay. Even on the right hand side, if you observe, plus one charge on sodium and minus one charge of the electron, it adds up to zero. And on the left hand side also the charge is zero. Okay. So this reaction is also called as an ionic reaction, where we have written the ions. For calcium, the calcium has the ability to give two electrons, and it is also said that the calcium has a valency of 2. So calcium will be written as Ca2 plus, giving rise to the formation of two electrons. Okay, so two electrons, they are separated or they are given by calcium. In the same way, magnesium also has the ability to donate two electrons. So Mg forms Mg2 plus ions by giving two electrons. So these were the metal ions which we had discussed. If we in the last class we had also discussed about the non-metal ions. So the non-metal ions which we had discussed, we had discussed the chloride ion, fluoride ion, chloride, fluoride, bromide. Okay, these are the ions. Iodide. So chloride ion is written as Cl minus 1. It's the chlorine atom which has gained one electron of charge. So chlorine atom with an extra one electron charge is called as a chloride ion. So all the atoms cannot accept the electrons and all the atoms cannot donate the electrons. It depends on their stability. That with some of the atoms they have the ability to donate electrons, and some of the atoms they have the ability to gain electrons. So here we observe that chlorine can gain one electron and form chloride ion. Fluorine can also gain one electron and form fluoride ion F minus. Bromine can also gain one electron and form bromide ion. Iodine can also gain one electron and form iodide ion. Okay. So these are the ions which are formed. Some more ions are also formed, like you can also see an oxide ion. So oxide ion is formed from oxygen atom, and oxygen atom has the ability to gain two electrons. So an oxide ion, we can also say that an oxide ion has a valency of 2, and iodide ion has a valency of 1. Okay. We'll see different ions here. So some other ions which we can list like hydride ion. Hydride ion has a valency of H minus 1. Chloride, fluoride, bromide, iodide. Okay, you can have sulfide. Sulfide ion is written as S minus 2. It has a valency of minus 2. So in the same way, you can have different number of the ions. You can have a nitride ion. So nitride ion has a valency of -3 and -3. Okay. So these all ions, they are made up of a single atom. There can be also a group of atoms which can form an ion. For example, we know hydroxide ion. So hydroxide ion is written as OH minus 1. So OH minus 1 is the hydroxide ion. Got it? Okay, so this is hydroxide ion. You can also write carbonate ion. So carbonate ion is formed by the combination of carbon and oxygen. So it is written as CO3 and it has a valency of -2. Carbonate ion has a valency of -2. You have hydrogen carbonate ion. So also I think you should keep on writing along with it. The next is hydrogen carbonate ion. So hydrogen carbonate, it is formed by the combination of HCO3. It is HCO3 minus 2, hydrogen carbonate. Got it? So carbonate, hydrogen carbonate, you have different other ions like you can have a nitrate ion. So a nitrate ion is written as NO3 with a charge of -1. So a nitrate ion has a valency of -1. So all these ions which consist of more than one atoms bonded together. So these ions, they are called as polyatomic ions as they are made up of more than one type of atom. So they are polyatomic ions. Whereas these ones which we see here, they are monoatomic ions. That means they are made up of individual atoms. So they are monoatomic ions. Got it? So here I will list out all the ions according to their atomicity also and according to their valency also. So see here, just this table is very important for all of you. See this table. We have names and symbols of some ions. So what are they? You have the sodium ion, Na plus. This we display potassium ion, K plus. Copper has two valencies. So this is it as copper 1. That means copper having a valency of +1. So all these are positive ions. The positive ions are also called as cations. So I hope everyone will be able to remember this. Vikta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here I give you the definition of cations and anions. So what are cations?
So the
Hmm.
positively
positive ions, positively
Yeah,
charged ions.
the positively charged ions. Positively charged ions are cations. And what are anions?
The negatively charged ions.
Yeah, anions,
Ions.
they are negatively charged ions. So negatively charged ions are called anions. So positively charged ones, they are cations. Negatively charged ones, they are anions. So here see, in this table, I think all of you must open up in your book, keep a note of this table and try to learn this table. See how the names, first, how we learn this. I'll make you learn all this. So in the beginning, you observe, you try to learn it in groups, like those first we are learning only the cations. So the cations which are made up of a single atom and they are monovalent. Monovalent means their valency is +1. So here sodium has a valency of +1, it's written Na plus. Potassium also has a valency of +1, so it's written K plus. Silver has a valency +1, so it's written Ag. The symbol of silver is Ag and plus. Copper has two valencies. You can see here the valency of copper is written. So copper has two valencies. It's +1 and +2. So this one is +1, this one is copper +2. Got it? So these are the two valencies of copper.
Sir,
Yes.
so while writing a formula, whenever we use these, like the ions, how do we know which one should we use in copper? Like the first one or the second one?
Okay. See, generally for your reference, it will be written like copper 1 or copper 2. Okay. In the name only, it will be written as copper 1 or copper 2.
Sir, what is
Otherwise,
copper 1? What is copper 2?
copper 1 is copper with valency 1 and copper 2 is copper with valency 2.
So it means the properties of it are same or will they differ?
Properties are different. A little bit the properties are different, but it's the copper only. Okay. Both of them, they are copper only. They have different valencies.
So it means what will be the major differences?
Major difference between copper 1 and copper 2. Copper 2 is more stable and copper 1 is less stable.
Okay, sir.
So that is why in most of the compounds you will find copper 2.
So which is better for use? Copper 1 or copper 2?
Better for use in the sense,
So it means electricity or anything, etc.
see, in electricity you are not using the ions, you are using the copper metal. The
Yes, sir.
wires which you are using, that is your copper metal. Okay. See, what do I mean with the ions? The electric wires that you see, that is copper metal. Okay, that is not iron. See, you have heard doctors saying that apple contains iron, right?
Yes, sir.
So apple contain iron. Do you agree with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then we have our gate also made with iron.
Yes, sir.
So if we have iron deficiency, can we eat our gate?
No, sir.
Why? What is the difference between the two iron which are here? The iron of apple and the iron of the gate. What is the difference?
So in apple, the ions are present.
Yeah.
Ions are present and the atoms are less. Whereas in the gate, it's full iron, so we can't treat it wrong.
See, the gate that is made up of, it is metallic iron. Okay. So this is metallic iron. This is not ionic iron. Iron in the metallic form. Whereas the iron that is present in apple, it is present in the form of ions. Okay. So it will be present like it can be present as Fe2 plus or it can be present as Fe3 plus. Whereas the iron that is present in the gate is Fe only. So both are iron only as they are interconvertible. For example, if you have Fe2 plus, so Fe2 plus, which is an ion, it can gain 2 electrons to become Fe or metallic iron. Okay. In the similar way, if you have Fe, the metallic iron, it can lose its electron to form iron ions. Got it?
Sir,
Yes.
I remember the symbols.
What do you remember?
Sir, I remembered all the symbols.
Okay, you remembered all the symbols, so that's good. So see, just we'll list out here the monovalent positive ions. So first of all, we are listing the cations, and in the cations, first we'll be listing the monovalent. That means the ions which have the valency of +1. Okay. So see, monovalent cations. So what are
Sir,
monovalent? Yes.
the chemistry teacher told us the portion for the second term, sir.
Which is the portion for second term?
Sir, the teacher said that we'll get the first two chapters fully and structure of atom, not atom and molecules.
No issues. Someone will be having this chapter also.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Sir, after this, we'll start the next chapter, right?
Yeah, after this, we'll start with the next chapter. And before your exam, we'll be completing that also. Okay,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
just carry on with the revision of it.
Yes, sir.
So you have these monovalent cations. Monovalent means their
Sir,
valency is one, and cation means they
uh,
are positive. So you can say they are sodium, Na plus, and potassium, K
K
plus,
plus,
and
sir,
any other?
calcium,
Which one?
calcium,
Calcium is divalent. It has a valency of plus
sir,
2.
iron, right?
Iron
So
also has a
silver.
valency.
So silver.
Silver, okay. Silver has a valency plus 1. Very
So
good.
copper one.
Copper, sir.
Copper 1.
So hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yes. Hydrogen also has a valency plus 1. So these are some of the metals which show the valency or oxidation state of plus 1. Okay. All of them, they have a valency plus 1. Then we think of divalent. So divalent means it should have valency as 2. For
Sir,
example, you can
iron, calcium
calcium,
to iron to,
iron 2,
sir, bromine,
no, not bromine. It's calcium, iron, magnesium, which is plus 2.
sir, nitrate also, no?
No, not nitrate. Nitrate is not a positive ion, it's a negative ion.
So zinc.
Zinc, okay. Zinc,
Sir, calcium also, right?
calcium.
Yeah,
Yeah, calcium already written here.
yes, sir.
Okay, copper 2, Cu2 plus, copper 2. Ammonium ion. Ammonium ion is here in monovalent, that is NH4 plus. NH4 plus, it is also called as ammonium ion.
Ammonium ion.
Yeah. Then, okay. Now we'll discuss some trivalent. So trivalent ions, they are aluminium 3 plus, it is trivalent. Iron 3 plus, it is trivalent. There are other elements also which can show the valencies, but we are not listing them here, as these are the ones which you will be listing, which you will be studying. Okay. One more you can write here in 2 is barium, barium plus 2. So these are the some of the cations which we will be studying. Like say, if I want you, can you tell me its name with symbol? Its name with valency, like okay. So if I want for aluminium, so what is the valency for aluminium?
So 3 plus 3.
Plus 3. And formula for aluminium? What is the formula for aluminium? Al plus 3.
Al plus 3.
For iron, it is Fe plus 3. So these were just have a look at all of them. I hope you will be able to remember. Okay, what is ammonium ion?
NH4 plus.
NH4 plus is the ammonium ion. This one is ammonium ion. Okay, got it. Now we'll see some of the anions. So see what are the anions that we'll see. In the list of anions, we start with halogens. So we first have hydride ion. Hydride, it's written H minus. Then you have fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. So you have fluoride, chloride, bromide, and iodide. Okay. So they all have a valency of -1. So F -1, Cl -1, bromine is Br -1, iodine is I -1. Okay. Then
So what is after hydride?
after
Hydride.
fluoride,
Okay, sir.
after hydride, it's fluoride. So you have hydride, chloride, fluoride, bromide, iodide. Then divalent, you have oxide, sulfide. Can you think of any other which is a divalent oxide? Which is divalent?
So carbonate.
Carbonate. Okay. So oxide is O -2, sulfide is S -2. We have the carbonate ion CO3 -2. And in monovalent, you can write then nitrate ion, which is NO3 -1. Then you have hydrogen carbonate. So hydrogen carbonate is HCO3. This is HCO3 with the charge of -1. In the divalent section, you are left with carbonate. And okay, hydroxide is still there. Hydroxide, it is also monovalent, -1. So these are some of the divalent anions. You also have some trivalent anions. So some of the trivalent anions we'll see as nitride, N-3. We have phosphide, nitride, phosphide, P-3. We have phosphate ion, which is PO4, whole thrice. Also power -3. Understood, everyone? Just have a look once more here with the table. However, we have tried to list out all the ions. And so I'm just dictating you the names. Try to write down the symbols. Will you write down the symbols? Okay, so sodium will have the ion. Can you write down the symbols? Sodium, carbonate ion. Okay. Now see, if we write down any of the if we write down the name of any of the element, so any of the compound, and we'll try to write down its chemical formula. So suppose I want to write here sodium chloride. So see how its name will be written or how its
NaCl
formula.
plus.
Yeah,
Sir, will it be NaCl plus?
no, just see how do we write it. Sodium chloride, we will also write sodium carbonate. Calcium hydroxide. Okay, so see how do we write it. Sodium chloride. So sodium chloride can be written as Na. Here it has the two ions. The positive ion is written first and the negative ion is written later. So what are the two ions? It has sodium ion and chloride ion. So sodium ion will be written as Na plus. Chloride ion will be written as Cl minus. Their valences you write here. For the sodium the valence is plus 1 and for the chlorine the valence is minus 1. So what you do now? Now you cross multiply these. Which one? You cross multiply these numbers. So you can write it as NaCl. If you write sodium carbonate, so again we write here Na. The carbonate is CO3. Valency for sodium is 1, valency for carbonate is -2. You just multiply these numbers and without their sign, you write them below it. So Na will write Na and 2 here, just carbonate which will be multiplied with 1. So the formula of sodium carbonate becomes Na2CO3. In the same way, you can also write the formula of calcium hydroxide. The formula of calcium hydroxide can be written as calcium will be written as Ca, hydroxide will be written as OH. So let's write calcium hydroxide. So Ca, hydroxide is OH. Right here their valency. Valency of calcium is +2. Valency of hydroxide is -1. Cross these numbers and you can write the formulas. You can have Ca1 and here you can have OH2. You don't need to write their sign. One is not written here, so it's nothing. If nothing is written, it means one. So you just write this formula as CaOH whole twice. This is calcium hydroxide. I'm writing out some of the names of the chemicals. Try to write down their formula. Will you try to write down the formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
To write it down. The next one is I'm just writing the names and then I'll check what you have written. Ammonium hydroxide, aluminum chloride, potassium nitride. Write down their formulas. Yeah. Try to write down these formulas. The first one is ammonium hydroxide. Then you have aluminum chloride, magnesium nitrate. It is magnesium nitrate, potassium hydroxide. Ammonium. Okay, so did you get the answers? Okay, and is there anyone who has written all the formula?
Oh, sir.
Okay, just try. Okay, so let's see the answers now.
Sir, 1 minute.
Harshit, have you written?
No, sir. 1 second.
See, the first one is aluminium hydroxide. So we write for aluminium, we write Al. For
Sir,
hydroxide, we write
ClO4.
which one? Sorry, it
Sir,
is
Al will be C4,
yeah, this is ammonium, which is NH4.
NH4 and
NH4.
OH, sir. Yes.
Yeah, NH4 has one, OH
Uh,
also has one. So you cross it, you get the formula.
NH4OH.
Yeah, you get the formula NH4OH. For the second one, you get aluminium chloride, AlCl3.
AlCl3.
Potassium nitride, you get
KNO3.
K3N.
And
Nitride IDE.
Mg2 and right, sir.
Yeah, this is nitrate. So nitrate is NO3. The formula is
GNO3.
MgNO3 twice. Why twice?
Yes, sir.
Because there are the valency of magnesium is 2 and the valency of nitrate is 1. Then potassium nitride, we have done magnesium nitrate, potassium hydride,
Sir,
it's KH.
KH.
Yeah, silver bromide.
Sir, will it be AgBr?
Yes, it will be AgBr, silver bromide. Then copper sulfate,
Cu3? No, Cu plus 2
Sir,
SO4.
CuSO4.
yeah, CuSO4. The formula for this one is CuSO4, the last one.
Sir, 2 times, no, because it's copper 2.
So copper is also 2, sulfate is also 2.
Okay, sir.
And if at both the places you have 2 and 2, so it cancels, it just gives you 1 atom per sulfate. Okay. let's see some question. We'll try to name these. Try this one. Write down the formula of these: sodium oxide, aluminum chloride, sodium sulfide, magnesium hydroxide. Yeah, got the answers for all of these? See, the answer for the first one is this,
Na2,
yeah,
NaO,
Na2O. This is Na2.
Na2O,
Okay, the next one,
AlCl,
AlCl. Okay. Yeah, try this. Next one, sodium sulfide, magnesium hydroxide. Rohit,
sir, MgOH. No,
Mg,
Mg2OH, sir.
MgOH twice.
Yeah.
The two is for hydroxide. Write the other ones which are given here. Okay, see. So let's make all of them here. So we start here. Magnesium hydroxide is MgOH whole twice. Sodium sulfide is Na2S. Aluminum chloride is AlCl3. Sodium oxide is Na2O. All right. Yeah, Rohit. So you had some doubt. Let's clear your doubt. So what was your doubt, Rohit?
Sir, can you give me the difference between saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated solutions?
Yes.
Sir, can you tell me the difference between saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated solutions?
See, saturated solution is a solution in which no more solute can be added up. If you have a solution in which you can't add up any more solvent, then we call it as a saturated
Saturated.
solution. And if it can dissolve more amount of the solute, then we
So
call
then
it
it becomes
unsaturated.
unsaturated.
For example, at your school, if if your class is full, there is no space for anyone, we call it as saturated. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we had the saturated solution, unsaturated solution.
And supersaturated, sir.
It is a solution where,
No more amount of solute can be dissolved, right, sir?
yeah, no more solute can be dissolved.
At a certain temperature, right, sir?
Yes. Yeah. So this is an unsat. This is a saturated one. And unsaturated, I think you can guess. So what will be the
Sir, it is a
unsaturated?
solution where more solute can be dissolved.
Yes. A solution where more solute can be dissolved, that we call as the unsaturated solution. And the last one, supersaturated.
Supersaturated.
So what is a supersaturated solution?
Sir, where more solute and solvent can be dissolved.
A supersaturated solution is like, suppose we have made a solution of sugar, which is saturated. Okay. So if you heat that solution, it will be able to dissolve more and more components in it. So we
Yes,
call
sir.
it as supersaturated.
Supersaturated.
Any other doubt?
Mm.
Okay. Okay, bye. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Sir, I had one doubt in gravity.
Yeah.
Sir, what is free fall?
What is?
Sir, free fall means when a body is suspended freely with
No,
acceleration in
no, no,
gravity,
no.
right?
When the body is moving freely, that means it has an acceleration of 10
Sir,
meter per second.
acceleration due to gravity, right?
Yeah, it has only one acceleration, that is acceleration due to gravity.
Yes, sir. Sir, and A is replaced with G, right?
And yeah, A will be equal to G.
Yes, sir. I got it,
All
sir.
right. Okay.
Thank you,
Any
sir.
yes?
Sir, I have one small doubt in gravitation. Sir, normally when we throw a paper or a stone from a higher, like from a building or something, then normally the paper falls later than the stone. Sir, why is it so?
It is because of the frictional force offered due to air.
Sir, because air resistance is there, right?
Yeah, that is what we say, air resistance or frictional force due to air.
So then why is it said that normally the like whenever we throw anything, even though it's a solid or if it's light or is it heavier, then they both have the same rate of falling?
Sir, it's because acceleration will not change, only the direction will not change, only the velocity or magnitude will change, right?
No, see, the amount of frictional force offered by air depends on a few factors. Okay. It depends on the shape of the object. It depends on the density or viscosity of air. All right. So a number of factors are involved which determine the dragging force of air.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, so that is the reason they follow different.
okay,
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much,
thank you,
sir.
sir.